So I was just in my base until Gummy Fire 13 had shown up. The second strongest player on the Dragons SMP. And I had some good gear, but this isn't a fight I could take. I was geared with a kit that I call a runner's kit for me. And it was because I had killed his best friend, Fizzy 3. As Fizzy 3 rivaled me for my third place spot and opposed me to kill me. So I had to wipe him. And I wiped out all his connections while doing it, including Brided Seal, and Gummy Fire was the last one. But the thing is, I was about to go find Gummy Fire. I just need to gear up a little bit. But this is the scary thing about Gummy Fire. He always finds you first. And then I flew up onto the side of the mountain to quickly re-gear and sort my inventory. And as I was getting my crystals out, he instantly popped my totem, meaning I had to run now. Luckily, I still had more. As I'm sure he already knew where I was, I built a roof over my head, just to make sure he couldn't mace me when he arrived. And as he showed up, I instantly started trying to use crystals on him, but I'm not experienced with crystals, so I was just spamming them. And then he popped me again. As the thing that makes him such a good macer is that he can pop you from basically any angle whatsoever. It doesn't matter if you're above him, it doesn't matter if you're below him, it doesn't matter if you're flying in an elytra. He will still be able to pop your totem. As when he elytras, he doesn't move. He spams his fireworks so he's just above you, and then instantly goes further than you, like you're chasing him, just to unequip his elytra and mace you. But as the fight continued, I knew this wasn't a fight I could lose, as I was only on 1 life in the Dragons SMP. So I went in the ice tunnel, as I knew he couldn't kill me in here, as he couldn't mace. And maces were pretty much the only thing he has. As in sword, I would be able to beat him, but because he has a mace, it would mean that he's physically impossible to kill for me. So as I hid in this tunnel, I think I had realised something. I'd gone too far out and Gummy Fire had found the tunnel. I now had to run or I would die, wiping me from Dragons SMP. So as I got overwhelmed and worried, I knew I couldn't die here, or I would never be able to forgive myself. And as I geared up, I knew I had to take this. I knew I had to just fight him. As we kept flying, I just kept trying to get into a better position to make sure I could take this. So I prepared to take this fight to the Nether. And I had got ready to portal trap Gummy Fire so I could instantly kill him. So, as I waited for him to come through, I instantly started killing him. And there was nothing he could do. So, he had decided, because he couldn't do anything, he kept gappling and just kept gappling. And eventually just left the game. And when he joined back, I already had the portal destroyed. But this time he elytred out. So I instantly knew that if he was playing this good under pressure, I would have to up my pressure as well. So, shortly after this, Gummy re-geared into his netherite. And knowing he was now stepping up his game, I had to lock in, as I'd already lost a totem, but I was hitting some good elytra maces. So after getting back up in the air after popping, I didn't know what to do now. As I was still trying to hit Gummy with elytra maces, sure, but Gummy was the better PvPer this whole fight. But as you already know by now, I'm one of Minecraft's smartest players, and I never give up a challenge. But because of all the glitches on our server, there were glitched end portals in the nether. And as some of them were unstable, I hoped I took the right one, and it turns out I did. I was successfully in the end, but Gummy had followed me. I was just trying to get back to the overworld, but nether portals took too long, so travelling through the end would have been quicker. So I went back through to the overworld. And I knew I had to outplay Gummy here, as I couldn't kill him. So I juked him. As he'd watched me go out the portal, I went straight back in, meaning he wouldn't be in here anymore, and he wouldn't know that I left. He thought I was still in the overworld, and as I'd killed Fizzy just earlier, some of his loot was still here. So I had to pick up his totems to make sure I got a reload. But then I decided to go back to the overworld. And I'd spotted Gummy above me. And he instantly elytra maced me, but I was trying to talk with him, trying to reason with him. But you can't really reason with a professional assassin, as my armor was getting too low and I couldn't get a reload, as I needed to stay in diamonds. So I had to give him a Book of Revival, allowing him to revive one player with a one-time use. And I knew he wanted to revive Fizzy with it. But while we were talking, I knew I needed to repair my gear, so I left for now. So after repairing, he told me to go back, as he wanted more revival books, as he started tailing me again. So I was like, what are you doing, bro? We're chill. So I landed down and tried talking with him again, but he instantly popped me, so talking clearly wasn't going to work. But then we started talking, and he said, have you got any more Book of Revivals? I said yes, so I would have to give him all the Book of Revivals that I had, which I couldn't do. So I didn't really know what to do here. To be fair, there was nothing I could do. It was over. I'd lost. I had exhausted all my options, now just leaving me with nothing apart from disappointment and loss, as I prepared to have to give him the Book of Revival. But I thought to myself, I could always get a quick reload on stuff before I gave it to him. So I asked him if I could restock before I gave it. I pulled out the book and just handed it to him, as I had to. It was either the book or my life, which I couldn't risk. So I left. Now I knew I would have to go back to hiding. After restocking, I went back to the castle, and I'd found out that he had revived the 2 Chunguses that I worked so hard to kill. And this really annoyed me, as I'd worked so hard to kill these 2 in the past, as they were both 5th and 4th best, so just below me. Well, I was the 3rd best, and Gummy was 2nd, and obviously Mo Salah is 1st. So, as they kept hitting me, I said, "Do you want me to cart you, bro?" As I hit Fizzy, I knew that I would have to kill them here or never. But if I tried that, Gummy would just kill me. So eventually I took out a spear that I had to troll. And I told Gummy what I have. And we started laughing, and he hit me. So I just ran away, but that was almost it for now. I didn't want to try and kill them here, as Gummy would just kill me, and I'm not trying to die. So, then Gummy slayed Fizzy free, leaving him on only 1 life, so I tried to kill Braided Seal.